Good evening, everyone, and welcome to News on the Flip Side. Yes, we've been doing news on the flip side a lot lately. It gets scary when we're not doing essentials because y'all know that's news. News on the flip side can be news. It can be any weirdness in between, any strange people we like to bring on just to put y'all out there. It's a lot of strange stuff going on in the world today. And Bruce, right off the bat, no, we're not talking about that. I promise. Sometimes this week we will address the pants on backwards thing. I promise you we will. Just
Totally crisscross.
it's just you shouldn't even say it. Now I'm not gonna be able to stop laughing. It's just not tonight. It's not for night. Tonight we have John and Emily Goodwin on tonight from Galaxy Press and Writers of the Future and illustrators.of-the-future.com. Oh, I should say never mind. We'll just keep going. Writers-of-the-future.com is where you go to the website, and y'all should be able to go by there in a little while. But John and Emily, I've been knowing them for a while. They really are good people. I do give them a lot of trouble because that's what I get paid to do is to give them trouble. But
who pays you? You.
No. Actually, there's someone I can't use the word on the show, but there's someone higher up from your organization that sends me a check and says
it's OnlyFans is what it is. It's the damn sexy Joe.
It's actually a she. She does. She says, see if you can make you blush.
Further south, why don't you finish your introduction?
That's right, y'all. Before we get crazy. Anyway, stop. Okay, my brain's going tonight. Let's see. That's what happens when you get up. You stay up till 4. You get up at 6:30. You rip a bunch of computers apart, tear a bunch of software down, post a bunch of archives, and then start rebuilding not one but 2 websites. Yes, people, I'm insane. What can I say? I haven't even had that much coffee yet today. But really, truly, we have John and Emily Goodwin with us tonight. And John and Emily, you really are great people. I love working with them. I love knowing them. They're a lot of fun to talk to. They're a lot of fun to hang out with. When they're working, they're very serious. When they're playing, they're playing. It's a good combination, a good balance there. You really don't find people like this often. And it's not just them. The whole group of everybody over there from Galaxy Press and Author Services is a great group of people. A long time ago, I was giving John trouble about all of this. And he said, well, I'm going to give you access. And basically, it was unfeathered access to everybody. I mean, everybody who worked for both companies, all the judges, all the hosts, all the people. And you know how Joe is. Joe's asking all kind of questions, some of which I'm not going to mention tonight. But I'm asking all kind of questions.
You can't do that. You can't do that, Joe.
And it turned out to be exactly what it is. So I always encourage people, if you can, submit your stuff to Writers of the Future, Illustrators of the Future. They get a lot of overseas people. I was just plugging y'all earlier tonight on one of our shows that airs in the UK at 12. It's 12 our time, 7 their time. And we were talking about Writers of the Future. And, last year they had three people from over there. I said, look, it doesn't matter where you are. Unless you're on Mars, you're hanging out with Elon Musk somewhere. You're welcome to come. I mean, you just can't be professional. But all the information you need is on the website. Mm-hmm. Writers of the Future.
We have winners from 9 countries this year and coming out for the awards event. That's the most we've ever had.
It's great, and they're going to keep going country. Well, I blast them to every country I can, and other people blast them to every country they can, and it's just a good thing. I mean, it's something, and it was weird for me in the beginning too, because I catch myself still doing this. I want to refer to these people as youngsters and stuff, or these kids who won. These are not kids that won. Don't get me wrong; there are a few kids that won, but for the most part, they are 30 up. Is what they are really. And let me rephrase that. The writers are 30 up. Some of the illustrators are a little bit younger.
Yeah,
still.
That's right.
And it's a different thing.
Some people are second careers too. We've got several winners that win, and even illustrators who are in their 60s.
Mm-hmm.
We don't know anything about them other than the art or the story that they wrote and a number assigned to it. So that's all the judges ever see.
And that's all the judges really need. I mean, there's stuff, all the work. I mean, you get to read it. I mean, we gave away a lot of books this year, so y'all get to read a lot of what we're talking about this year. I know if Tamara, you listen tonight, I still got yours. They came back for the second time, so I have no idea. I'm just aggravating people in Canada, I guess. I don't know what it is, but I'll find out. I'm going to give them a call today. Well, actually, tomorrow I'm going to give FedEx a call and see what's going on. But, it's supposed to be 4 days. It's been like 3 weeks now. Sorry, guys. Nobody else had any problem. I mean, we gave away all kind of stuff this year. And everybody loved their lightsabers. I know people have been begging, you're going to give lightsabers away again this year. Mark said he might give some away at 4th of July. Yeah, he might give away a half a dozen.
I'm just going to throw this in here. I'm new to Writers of the Future.
I cannot hear you, girl.
You can hear me? Can you hear me? John,
you're
Emily?
whispering.
We hear you just fine.
Oh, well, why don't I hear her? That's weird. I hear John.
It's always Joe. It's Joe. Joe is
well, I hear
always
John and them just fine. Okay, that's weird. I'll just turn you up. I don't know what that's.
Do you want me to log out and log back in? Maybe.
No, if Jay can hear you fine, it's got to be a speaker
Okay.
thing. Oh, it is. I think that little piece of my earbuds are going bad. They're getting old.
Okay. Well, but
you're on.
Hopefully, can you hear me okay now? Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I hear you just fine.
Okay, so I'm new to Riders of the Future. I've spoken with both of you before a couple times, but something big is happening here soon, right? Joe, you travel to go. So what's happening with Riders of the Future coming up?
We got two things coming up. First thing is on March 1st, which is part of what we want to talk about tonight. We have the cover reveal. And there we've got Tom Wood, and you've had him, Joe, as a guest before. You actually spent some time with him.
Tom is great. I'm not going to say any more than that. I said Tom is great, and I'm not saying any more than that. I'm pleading the fifth if y'all heard anything else about Tom.
Yeah, but he's an amazing artist. He's got this one huge following called
CCP.
CCP. It's the
Crazy Clown
Posse.
Yeah.
And
crazy! I think I've heard of Crazy Clown Posse.
But
yeah, he's
everywhere.
He does all their art.
Yeah, he does a lot of art for a lot of different companies. Matter of fact, ladies and gentlemen, somewhere in the last year, him and I did an interview, and a lot of his work is featured. So when I bring the illustrators on, I usually get access to their websites or stuff they might actually want to put up. Tom and I went through a lot of his stuff. A lot he does. He works for a lot of different companies. If you're an NFL watcher, you'll notice some of the stuff it's going through is actually NFL related. He works with other companies. So you're going to see. I'm not going to get into it, but he's hooked up with a lot of different people. He's an
Tom Wood, right?
Yeah.
Yes, and his wife is one of his models.
Do Tom Wood fantasy art?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
He usually just comes right after me, but he's probably my
so he's going to be on March 1st. We were going to have him. He did the cover for there we go.
ICP.
Yeah.
Insane Clown Posse. That's what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
he's insane.
Insane Clown Posse. That was Insane Clown Posse, right?
Yeah, I think it is.
Too.
Yeah,
but I've seen all of this stuff before.
He's the best-selling poster artist in the United States.
And I hate to say it, but that's like his baby stuff. He's got some serious artwork out there.
Well, wait until you see on the 1st of March the cover that he did for Writers of the Future Volume 39, which is coming out in May. But we're doing the cover reveal online event, which people can sign up for and join us on Zoom for that.
Y'all should check it out, guys. We'll be advertising it ahead of time so y'all won't forget. And
so we're going to have. So that's to answer your question, Emily. So we've got that event, and then Kevin Anderson, who you've also had on as a guest, I believe, Joe.
And Kevin's is also a blast to talk to.
Yeah, he does all the Dune book prequels and sequels. He co-authors with Brian Herbert, who is the son of Frank Herbert, who wrote Dune. So they're both contest judges, as was Frank Herbert.
And they both.
Oh, hi, Jeremy.
Yeah, and they both worked on the movie. Yeah, but Kevin's giving away a free audiobook of one of his famous series, which is Dan Shambles, which is a comedy satirical zombie private investigator. And so he's writing a short story, which he then narrates, and he's giving away a free narrated story to anybody that attends the cover reveal on 1 March. So we have both Tom and Kevin, plus a free audiobook that anybody that attends will be able to receive for attending that cover reveal. It's pretty cool. We're very excited about it. Like I said, Tom is just an amazingly brilliant fantasy artist, and you're going to see us there. So that's what that one is. Then what you're asking about later on, then Joe's going to be flown out to Hollywood.
That's what we have.
And I'm very well behaved when I'm out there too. Can y'all actually believe that?
Yeah, for the most part. For the most part, he is.
Yes, for the most part, I am. Every now and then, Emily's bad influence. What can I say?
I love Emily. That's we bond.
Actually, to be totally honest, guys, if I'm there, sometimes you'll see Emily like the first 3 days, and after that, she's like Ghost Girl. I'm not kidding you.
She works so hard.
She does work hard. She's nonstop. I mean,
it's not on purpose. It's not on purpose. She's working.
Oh, she's working on you know what off. She's just. And I love watching her run around. Oh, speaking of that, where is it? Is it in my phone? I found a picture of you the other day. You're like in zip mode. Oh, it's a good one, but yours just like in zip mode. I mean, it's almost, the picture's almost blurry, like you're moving so fast. I'll pull it up. I stumbled across it by accident. I was looking for something else. And I was like, and when the hell did I take this? I hate that because I take so many pictures every now and then. I just run across something I had forgotten about, I haven't seen, or I just recently posted some more of y'all up on the website the other day.
Oh,
but we're
So the event is going to be on April 28th this year. That's the big awards gala. So about April 21st, all the winners for the contest year. There's 12 writers, 12 illustrators. We fly them all into Hollywood. They do a week-long workshop with the judges, who are all the best-selling authors and top award-winning illustrators. And they do a week-long workshop with them. And at the end of the week, there's a big awards gala event at gorgeous Taglian Complex here in Hollywood. And they all get to go on stage. It's a big, black tie event and red carpet, media. They all get to, get interviews, and they go in and they go on stage, and super nice event. And that's all streamed live. So if anybody wants to see that, it's at writersofthefuture.com on 28 April. And if you sign up for the Writers of the Future newsletter, you'll get alerts ahead of time when the event is happening.
Yes. And it'll be being double streamed, maybe triple streamed. I know last year it was double streamed for sure, because they're streaming it from the center and we're streaming it from the stream from the center. And this year it's going to be streamed on Roku, which is something different. I think this is the first time around for it. So it'll get double television coverage. Yeah.
I just signed up.
Jen, I thought about
the website too, by the way. I want to know.
Right.
I want to see this stuff. Yeah.
You lucky the good ones like everybody, because I would have charged y'all.
Your website's really nice too, by the way. Can I share their website? Can I share screen?
Yeah, go ahead.
Their website?
Yeah.
It's
We
really
post it up all the time. Feel free.
Okay, yeah. It's really nice website.
They're getting their own page and a new website, so
yeah. Right, writer. You have all the judges, the contest.
That's Echo Turner. She's the coordinating judge for the illustrator contest.
And then let's skip on over here. This is
Kevin Anderson.
He's
the guy that's going to be at the cover reveal on the 1st.
Then we have, this is really nice. It's L. Ron Hubbard, Writers of the Future. Even the cover, the illustration of this, that's super. That grabbed my interest.
Yeah, that art was done by Bob Eggleton. He does all of the Godzilla art. That's what he's most known for. And he did the cover for Volume 38, which is the one that's out right now. And then, like I said, in April, we'll be releasing Vol 39 at the event.
I know. I keep wanting to say 40.
That's coming up.
I know,
it's like ancient historic events tying into AI or something futuristic. I love this.
Oh, let's not even get started on the AI stuff.
Writers of the Future, but futuristic things. I love this cover.
Yeah,
it's really great.
I know.
Great
after Jeffrey Weiner showed me that AI program, I was like, "Oh, wait a minute now."
Run for the hills.
This
image right here is for a free online workshop. That's Tim Powers at the top. He's the guy. He wrote On Stranger Tides, which was turned into the Pirates of the Caribbean movies. Farland has since passed away, but he was our coordinating judge. He wrote in some of the Star Wars universe. And then at the bottom is Orson Scott Card, and he is the author of Ender's Game. Some people might have seen that movie if they haven't read the book, but a lot of people have read the book.
Movie.
Yeah, so these three judges, they're all judges for the writer contest, and they did an online workshop that's here on the website that anybody can take to learn how to write a short story. And one of these days, Joe will finish the course.
If Jeremy York is still watching, by the way, he's a viewer right now. He writes short stories, and he's a super talented person. So Jeremy, he'll tie into this. You need to tie in and start turning in your stories and see what happens.
Yeah,
it's great to enter. Yeah,
and you keep the rights to your work.
Yes.
And this is L. Ron Hubbard here. This is when he created the contest. This is a sentence from the his opening essay, which was the first. In the first book, it was the first essay that was in that book. He says the culture is as rich and capable of surviving as it has imaginative artists. So he launched this contest to provide a means for the aspiring writer, and a few years later, the aspiring artist to have a means for the creative efforts to be seen and acknowledged. And that's what's been doing now. We're in the contest 40th year now, the contest part, but the contest runs, and then when when all 4 quarters are done, then the judges go through and decide all the different winners, and then it gets published in that anthology. It's a year lag between when the contest is over and when it comes out. So right now we're releasing volume 39 while we are in the middle of the contest for volume. We're just in the middle of the second quarter of year 40.
40. Okay. That makes sense.
Yeah.
This guy looks fun. This guy looks fun.
Yeah.
He is.
He started in theater, and he wrote one of the top 3 best-selling sci-fi novels of all time.
Ender's Game, yeah.
Well, the movie's great. I don't think I've ever read the book, but I actually seen the movie. Oh,
I saw the movie.
So can I say this on it? So John asked me to. I'm actually listening to it, not reading it, but we started a little club the other day. So it's like 5 of us going to listen to the whole story together. And I'm not mentioning the name of it because I don't know if I'm supposed to or not. I don't know what's going on.
Okay, you're talking about Mission Earth?
Yeah, Mission Earth. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we started a little group.
We're putting together the marketing research right now. So you're integral to this, Joe.
Well, I'm listening to it. So it's actually 5 of us are going to listen to it together. We might even do a small group on web. So 6 or 7 of us can listen to it. But I'll listen to it again, though, probably the week before we come out, just so it's fresh in my brain. Because there's so much stuff goes through my head, I'll forget half of what I listen to. But I do actually pick up more when I listen than when I read. So that's a plus for me. And so it's really nice. But guys, the place is great. You know what I like too? See, I'm lucky because I get to cheat. I get to sit with the authors. Yeah, that's the event. But it's better than that, Emily, because when you're out there. So last year I spent most of my time with the authors. The year before I spent most of my time with the illustrators. But I like the fact that they bring in live models. I love that y'all did that little skit last year too. For some reason, it set really, really well with me. I don't know why. It must be my old jazz thing. Kind of sent me back to New Orleans or something.
Yeah, we did an old time radio theater live show.
Yeah, I don't know. It just stuck in my brain for some reason.
Oh, you have all this up on YouTube too.
Yeah. You can watch any of the events.
Yeah, guys, you can definitely. We have links to them now. We used to post them on the sites. Right now, one of them are posted off the home site, but we don't keep them on ours because we don't want to pull numbers off of there. So we just leave them all in one place and just direct.
That's the opening video we have.
Jump forward a little bit. Well, there's John.
How far you want to go? Hold on, where's John?
You didn't say he was in the beginning.
Is it in the beginning?
Who is that lady?
Look like John.
That's right there.
That's John. Hold on, let me play. I don't know if sound will work, but I'm going to play it.
Volume 37 bonus stories are the Modern Warfare.
Does the sound work?
It's a bit
sort of.
Did y'all hear the sound of the video?
It's a good pause there.
Yeah, breaking.
There we go.
Okay. Now he just looks like he's taking a nap, ladies and gentlemen. No, he don't take a nap while he's speaking. I was there.
Christine Catherine Mush and the Dangerous Dimension by test founder L. Ron Hubbard. Apologies, of course. Contain all the prize-winning stories.
He sounds like he's Max
illustrations.
I love it. Do you have a teleprompter? Do y'all use teleprompter?
Yeah.
On that stuff.
Yeah, which I got 3 of them, right?
Though. I can tell. He didn't need it.
It's a great thing, guys. It's a lot of fun to watch. Everybody's really fun. I'm always amazed because the first year I went, it was double years because of COVID. I was amazed nobody screwed nothing up. I was thinking, all right, somebody's going to get me and say something they're not supposed to. But no, they handled themselves quite well for people who had not been in public speaking,
Yeah.
It's easy to screw up.
We told them all as well, so that the night before they're able to.
They have a rehearsal
time.
We bring them out and the day before we have everybody just sort of come and hang out on the stage for a while and mess around and everybody walk up and so they get familiar with it and they get more comfortable before they actually have to do the event.
Yeah, they get you can tell when they first there they're all nervous. As the week goes by, they tend to calm down. They get way more relaxed, and you can really tell when they're down in the lounge downstairs and they're all laid back and they're writing or drawing. They've started to get comfortable with the idea of what's going on around them. And let me tell you what, ladies and gentlemen, if you win, it's like the freaking whirlwind. I'm going to be honest with you. Yeah. Ooh, man, it's a great thing. All I can say is it's a great thing. If you win, you're going to learn so much in that 1 week. You're going to probably cram in 2 years of college in that 1 week, man. And the best part is, and I got to say this, I watched the art judges, the illustrator judges, and the writers. Anybody who walked up and asked him a question, anybody who and was in the contest who had won, who walked up and asked any judge a question, it was answered. Even when someone were just, well, there's no such thing as a stupid question, so we'll leave that alone.
Is that Joe?
Some of the questions were like, what?
Oh,
huh?
No, hold on.
What?
That was, hold on.
I'm in there somewhere. Yeah, I'm in there.
Yeah, there's no Joe in there.
I'm in there hiding out somewhere.
We're gonna watch it again. Hold
on.
And
I get to sit with my favorite person of the whole place, Joni, which is everybody's favorite person. She all should start a fan club or something. I'm telling you, the Joni fan club. That's what we ought to do. We ought to start a fan club this year for. That's one hardworking woman, man. Lord. I get dizzy watching between you and her. I get dizzy just watching what the hell's going on.
Replay this little section.
Oh, this is one of my favorite ones right here. I had a great
ready,
time with him.
Get ready. We're gonna see.
I hate to say that I did have favorites, both in the illustrators and the writers. I also had some favorite judge friends there. I like a lot.
There he is, Joe. There's Joe.
Yeah, there I am. I'm in there. Last year pictures were better than this year, but still. So. It's but it's a great. The whole setup is fabulous. People, if you win,
little delayed on my end. I'm sorry.
Yeah, but if you win, it is truly the Hollywood event. It's just like any Hollywood event you watch. Because somebody asked me this year, I was actually speaking at Mississippi State, and somebody asked me, "Oh, it's just some cheesy thing." I said, "No, it's a gala like any other gala you would say." And then like your kid, I said, "Oh no, it's big, it's packed, there's Hollywood people, and there's military." I said, "You name it, there are people everywhere." And I said. And there's a lot of just everybody. It was really good people. Of course, I like to harass the press. Both years I harassed the press, but I got some really good pictures of them too. Some of the ones when they're sneaking in on the side and stuff. It was really good. But I know two people who are submitting this year to y'all. I read one of the stories. I'm like, okay, maybe you should like go take the course like I told you in the first place. And I think my son's going to try writing something this year. He was talking about. So I said, yes.
See, Jeremy that's on here, he's one of my dear friends, Jeremy. He is a testimony and a half too and things. He says, I'm definitely going to look into this. He's super creative and thinks outside the box too. So I'm highly interested. I've seen stories. I have 7 stories complete, currently 3 novels and 2. He writes a lot. Nice. And I'm working on, plus a lyrical book. This is something I really need to look into.
Well, like, go to the website and see what the rules are.
Mm-hmm.
I'll tell everybody.
Do it, Jeremy. Do it. I sent you. So I don't. That's okay.
That was the other funny thing. I'm at Mississippi State. We're doing election. This guy had like all these little manuscripts. He said, "Will you take them?" I said, "No, you got to send them to Writers of the Future." I said, "Don't give them to me. They'll never get there, man." I said, "Send them to them." And so I gave them the websites, and they're like, "It's interesting to see down here. There's people are getting back into literacy. Thank God, because I live in one of the most illiterate states in the union. I mean, it's just ridiculous. I mean, but it's nice to see it. And what got me is when we went by the elementary school, I had a case of each. No, I had a half a case of the 3 years each, and so I was just going to give them like 3. They were gone before I could get them out of the freaking back of my car.
Nice.
They were going. So the teacher's like, "Okay, we got to write on here where they're going. You're like just taking them home with you." So that's between you and the teacher, man. I'm not getting involved in it. So the assistant principal is who it was. It was really nice, and it's just nice to see people get in there. Now I get people writing to me, "Can you get me Fear?" I said, "You can go to the website and buy it." Yeah. I said, "Here's the website." I said, "Look, we can only give away so much stuff. People got to stay in business now." What it was is I forgot where they went. There was 2 audios and 1 book went out. And then for some reason, it was some people up in somewhere in by the Great Lakes somewhere. But anyway, it was in Illinois, and they wrote me back, and they were like, "Oh man, can you send us a bunch more?" I'm like, "No." I said, "You got to win them." I said, "It's like, come on." And I said, well, yeah, it's right there. They wanted my books, and I said, "Well, you can go to galaxypress.com." I said, "They're not even expensive, and you can buy them there." And they're like, "Really? You can't give us any?" I'm like, "No, I'm out."
that a
People are
school that
weird,
was
man.
asking, or just somebody, an individual was asking you?
They had already won. They won two fear books and the audio tape. They'd already won. I mean, I keep saying audio tape, but the tape.
CDs.
And I guess they gave them away for presents, and I think that's what he actually said. They gave them away for Christmas presents, and they wanted some back for themselves. I'm like, well, you haven't your race to give it. I want to read it again. I said, why don't you borrow it back from the person you gave it to? Or just go buy it. I said, it's not like it's $50 or anything. I said, go over there. And I said, it's easy to find. Go to galaxypress.com, go to the books, look for it, boom. I'll just type it in, and it'll come right up for you.
Mm-hmm.
People always want something for free, man.
Real quick too with Writers of the Future, because I'm working on a book report and things with my son this week. He's in middle school. There's no age limit per se.
No, anybody can enter, and that's one of the beautiful things about the contest is that there's no, you sign up with an email and you send your story in. Doesn't matter where you're from, what gender, age, nothing. It's just about merit alone. So on the writer's side, we've had, I think the youngest person who's been in the book is 16, 17, something like that. It's but on the illustrator side, we've had a 15-year-old win. So it's because they're competing with, people that have been trying to write for many years as well. So the more you write, it's not to say that they can't. I mean, there's some brilliant young people out there. So we encourage them to enter.
Yeah, they still enter the contest. The thing on that is having, like she was saying, you have to write. A writer has to write, but it's an understanding of grammar and how words are put together and phraseology. So you can have stuff that you can write and submit. And a lot of high schools will actually have their students submit. They won't win, but it gives them the idea they've written a story, they've completed it, they've sent it in, and they'll get an acknowledgement from the contest. The worst that's going to happen is they'll get an email saying, "Thank you very much. Please submit again."
We're going to see what kind of friend Emily is when I send her this 85,000 monstrosity and say you're fixing.
I'm just going to tell you this. I have a meeting.
She's going to be like, no.
17,000 words is the limit.
No, this ain't for the winning. I'm just writing for the right. I can't. I'll never get it. Well, I thought about trying to write to get in with y'all because it's 17,000 words. And I feel okay, that's a lot of words. And then I got to writing, and I come to find out it's not actually that many words. It's not as.
I'm going to just tell you this. I have a meeting next week with my son's, not that he's in trouble or anything by any means, but just to help him with his, he has ADHD. His top subjects is science and math. He loves both of those. But when it comes to reading, not necessarily writing, which I'm more of a writer than a reader. My mom's a retired language arts teacher, which she's coming back to teach middle school next year. I have a meeting with my son's teacher next week. I'm going to mention Writers of the Future to her and see what they do.
And also, if people take the free online workshop, like the online writing course, once you get through, and if you mark complete on all of the steps of that class, which is, it's got videos, it's about 5 hours of videos, and then there are essays, and then some practical assignments. And if you finish all of those, then you can actually get a certificate at the end for completing the Writers of the Future online workshop.
It's not that hard, but Joe's kind of got a lazy streak or something. Just this little section I can't seem to get past. No, we're not going there, people. We're just not going there.
If you're a language arts teacher at middle school or high school, you could get something creative going with that and have these kids go through that program actually in school. Yeah, I'm going to mention all this stuff to her next week. Next Tuesday is when I have my meeting with her. This is good.
Yeah.
Love it. Yeah, I like to write a lot more than reading because my mom shoved books down my throat like crazy. I hate to say that because we need to read too, but like during my summer months growing up, my mom's like, if you want to go hang out with your friends, you need to read this book and write a 1-page essay. I can tell you right now, people paid me to write their essays in college. Somebody say 10-page paper. I get that down in an hour and a half at the most.
But you see, you need to write some.
I know. Well, I have some books, but it's like it deals with real things that happened in my life and trauma and abuse that I faced in my life. I have that. It's nothing like sci-fi or fiction, things like that. It's nonfiction. So, I mean, I don't know if you all do that at all.
No, we're fiction only.
Yeah. So
specifically speculative fiction.
Yeah, so that's what I'm dealing with now. But I highly encourage writing. You learn a lot in writing in general, and getting your thoughts on paper and then correcting grammar and all that kind of stuff later on. But I can write in a heartbeat. You want to give me something? You know what? College people, I'm probably going to be writing for my in college and all his friends. Everybody's going to be paying me again to write. But
writing for kids' essays.
Christopher, what? Oh no, for me, I list them when people ask me. I list them as PG-13 is how I list them. Mm-hmm. Well, because it can be serious or it can be serious anything, but there's boundaries is the best way I can say. I would tell you to go over to the website. I could sit here all night, and John and I could go over the boundaries and Emily and I, but there's no reason to. It's all laid out on the website. Now, to get back to your question, Denise. Yes, well, Jeff Weiner came on this show, not just one, but another show a couple months back, and we got into that. And since then, I've talked to John about this. No, the AI is no.
Exactly. It's definitely no. The rules that we even modified the rules coming out this year so that no AI art and no AI stories. The art we can do because if the judges have a question about something, if it's AI or not, you can ask for the layered files, so you can see the different files as you build the final picture. There's now also the on the what's it called? There's a new kind of AI. I was just writing back and forth with Jody Lynn Nye, who's our contest judge.
I love Jody, by the way.
Yeah, and Chat GPT 0 is what it is, and that's tool
Chat GPT
that will be able to suss out AI generated stories, because that's illegal. These contests are for people.
Yeah, because I was freaking amazed when Jeff was doing them. I'm like, wait, what? He said, oh yeah, watch. I'm gonna put these 10 words in here, and I'm like, get the hell out of here. And then it made a comic book. I'm like, come on. So I'm already gripey bitchy about imagination is where I'm saying, because there's so many remakes. Now we're gonna have AI. I said, no, this is just irritating me.
I
can already tell this is gonna irritate. Well, I mean, it's one of them things that it takes away. The more creativity away we take away from humans, the lazier we're going to become, and the less we're not going to want to strive for the things we need to do. And I don't want to see that because there's so many great artists, great illustrators, great writers, and I have so much fun with these writers. I'm telling y'all guys, if you win, you're going to learn. I mean, I learned so much about writing; it was ridiculous. And I'm not a writer; didn't have an interest in it other than the contest and what was going on and working press. I'm telling you, I'm serious. Right now, I'm at 21,500 words because I'll be down there with him. I'll probably put out another 10,000 while I'm there. No, it's jibber jabber. So it's got to be put together correctly. You got to put it down. Grammar? What do you mean grammar? Look, I do have an IQ of 169. It is true, and I am gifted in math and science at 173. But if you ask my English teacher, she'd say maybe an 85. I don't know what it was.
We lost Emily.
I just she'll be back. She got booed. Oh no, Jimmy, I really don't know what it was. I loved reading because I love reading all the classics. We had to do one classic the whole entire time I spent in private school. We did one classic a week. I loved it. It was a lot of fun. I learned a lot, but I guess I'm lazy. I don't like grammar. I don't want to put periods. That's one of the biggest bitches in my friends. They said, Joe, you write one massive paragraph. Would you like to break it up a little bit? I'm like, wow, you know what the hell I'm talking about. John knows he's got to put up with JoJo E's. So I'm not kidding y'all people. Anybody who knows me long term knows they got to learn how to. It's just like learning shorthand, kind of, sort of. Weirdly, in a weird way.
What he solved is makes everybody understand Joe. That's how he solves the problem of communicating with words.
That's the best way to do it. It's because my brain works. I'll never get my fingers to work as fast as my brain. It's just not going to happen. My brain works way too fast with my little fingers, and they just can't get it. No, actually, I can type, guys. I actually took a course in typing, and I type pretty damn fast, but my brain just still goes faster than my fingers do. It's bad. I'll leave out like words, periods, sentences, sometimes paragraphs.
To help you. You can get Siri to help you.
Oh no, Siri! Siri will get shot. I can barely tolerate Alexa. Siri, I tried to stomp her the other day.
Can't you just dictate to your messages then?
Yeah, no, because you don't understand my Kuyon accent. So this is funny. Siri, I mean, Alexa's finally starting to learn it because I read a book to her, so she got used to it. And I have 2 programs, Advanced Dragon Speaking, that I had to read. One of them actually had to read 3 novels before I could actually understand what the hell I was saying. And I do use it for some stuff. But what I need is something from when I'm on the road and I get ideas, I can just dictate them in there and then come back and copy them back out, put it back in, or just put it in one of the programs in my computer and it'll write it for me. Right. And then I can go through and change it around and stuff, which is nice. That's one of the things that's helped me get these other words written since the last time I seen y'all. I hooked one of my recorders up in the car and I just started talking to it, and then I can take this SD card out and plug it in my computer, and it writes it down for me. It'll correct some stuff, but some stuff I got to go through and correct myself, or it'll give me places, you should change this and make it look like this. I'm like, no, I don't want to do that. It takes away what I'm trying to say. But it's fun. I mean, I gotta say, I mean, I can honestly now tell you, I can see the why writers like to write. I mean, there's something behind it. It makes you feel good. No, Bruce, I'll never be a great writer. It's not even try, my friend. Only reason I'm doing this is because this girl sitting next to this guy right here. She just bugged the hell out of me for it feels like a decade, man. I'm just kidding. No, actually, I don't know what it is. Just hanging out with them. And last year, like I said, the first year I spent more time with the illustrators because I was hanging out with Tom and this other crazy woman. We're not going to mention her name. She's a really great artist. She does oil sometime too, which is when I see any artist that does oil anymore, I'm still fascinated. Like, really, you do oil? Let me see. I love oil. I can't help myself. It was where I raised. Too. Yeah, and she's a fabulous artist. She's a judge too. Yes. Mm-hmm. Is our old man a judge, or is Lazarus a judge? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, both Lazarus and Echo are judges, and Lazarus had been trying to write since he was a kid. He was discouraged heavily by his parents, so he went into art. So he became very much involved with the whole art world. He became a judge, and then he started entering the Writers of the Future contest under his name, Lazarus Black, and then he ended up winning. Mm-hmm. He had several honorable mentions and finally got to winning after several years. And then that was last year when he came out to the workshop. He attended the Writers Workshop, and he just said, "Okay, honey, you've got the Illustrators Workshop to deliver. I'm not going to do. I'm taking the Writers Workshop." Because normally he co-teaches the Illustrators Workshop with her, but he's so enamored with both contests, but now having one. But we've probably got a half a dozen over the years of people who have won both the writer contest and the illustrator contest.
Well, no, Denise, that's what I was saying. I spent the first year, because they had dual winners, I spent a lot of time with the illustrators for some reason. Echo's a bad influence on me. Shh. Between her and Tom, they are definitely bad influences on me.
Are you sure it wasn't the other way around?
No, I'm innocent in all of this.
No.
I'm innocent. No, Chris, y'all can blame me, but I'm innocent with the other two. No, guys, that's what I'm saying. They're really good people. They will talk to anybody. I watch these guys. They're trying to eat. They're trying to do something. They're talking to someone else, and they never one time got angry at anybody butting into a conversation or asking something. And after a while, everybody kind of work their way around to how you should approach somebody, but not once. I'd have been like, "Did you not see me talking? Can you wait a minute?" See, they're not like that. Everybody's really polite, really nice. It scares me sometimes. But
when you have that much creativity in one space, it's a serious rush, just a full-time rush, that whole week-long workshop and awards event.
And there's like 2 groups of people here, and everybody is just fab. I'm not even talking about the illustrators, right? I'm talking about the people working it, and everybody's fabulous. I mean, everybody just works their hinds off. Doesn't matter who you with. I mean, I didn't even know Arthur Services existed, and then I'm sitting there talking to somebody a year before last, and I'm like, what the hell is Arthur Services? You got to explain. So then I learned about them, but it's everybody's great. It's all I can tell you. You're going to be treated, if you win, you're going to be treated really good. I mean, they're really well. They're going to really take good care of you. I'm not going to say they're not going to work you down.
Like we've been doing it. That was something that was created by L. Ron Hubbard in 1983. And just for those that don't know, and this is also for you, Emily, he created after, have you ever heard the book called Battlefield Earth?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, so he wrote that book there.
Heard of that.
Yeah, he's celebrated 50 years as a writer when he wrote that book. And It's 425,000 words. He wrote it in 8 months, and it was couple months on the New York Times bestseller list, did really well internationally. The following year, then he launched the Illustrators of the Future contest. And it's been going now. We're in our 40th year. But what's amazing about it, it was just a continuation of what he'd been doing already in his earlier life. In the 30s and 40s, he had written several essays published in like Writer's Digest and other publishers' magazines back in the day, because it was well before internet and all that type of stuff. He then, when he was on an expedition for the Explorers Club, flying one of the Explorers Club's flags, he was in Ketchikan, Alaska. His boat broke down, so he spent some time there while it was being rebuilt. He launched the Golden Pen Award, and that was a writing contest up there in Ketchikan, Alaska. And the grand prize was the winners would be introduced to his agents in New York, so that they could then get their careers established. And then in '83, we created the Writers of the Future, and the award is the Golden Pen Award. And then for the illustrator, it's the Golden Brush Award. And these huge lucite trophies that they get.
Yeah, they're great trophies. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And you can see all of this either on their websites or our websites. There's pictures all over the place. Maliva took 1,000 billion pictures. So did I. There's a lot of pictures you can see all over the place.
Joe, are you going to go live when you're out there?
Yes, actually. Well, so some of the shows are going to get bumped this year. I got to get with Michelle about that, because some of the interviews I'm going to do now, I'm going to pick which of the winners are going to get. It's going to probably be the top 4 winners on each side. They'll get to go live on Roku. Everybody gets interviewed while we're there. And between John and I, everybody usually gets double interviewed.
Yeah.
And John got more in than I did last year, which was amazing because he was nonstop. He's a beast. And but we get a lot of interviews done. They really get, and with me, they get a real feel of what the press is, because I'm nosy. You know, I get into their business. I want to talk to them about stuff. I take them down places they shouldn't go. Well, you know, we talked about a lot of different. We talked about a lot of different things on how do you deal with the woke community getting into art and into writing. So these are serious conversations. This is stuff they're going to have to deal with in the real world if they're going to get out there and make any money. So, and it also tells them how to get rid of a nosy guy. You know, we talk about all of that, but we get some really good interviews. How to get rid of nosy Joe. Well, you know, you got to know how to deal with the media, especially if you ever get something big going, because you know, media will be on you like white on rice, man. It'd just be sad. It's it can be really a dangerous thing, but they all do well. You know, some we do downstairs, some we do in the room, some we do it where it just depends what's going on with what. The judges I usually catch afterwards. Some I'll catch while I'm there, but usually I'll catch them afterwards. We'll set up interviews for after that, because they're pretty busy. They stay pretty damn busy. I'll catch a couple of them and sit them down for 10 or 15 minutes, but then the more involved interviews I want to do later on.
Joe mentions judges. So the judges, when it comes to the writing piece, every judge reads everything that these. So how's this happen?
So we get a lot of entries. Like we don't say the number, but it's a lot of entries. And it goes by quarter. So every quarter of the year, there's a big chunk of entries that come in, and they go through like first readers. So the first reader will basically differentiate, like read the first page or so, and say like, okay, so this person.
First impressions mean a lot, everybody.
Yeah,
so
but also that
in the first page.
That's true, but the first reader is mostly looking for things like, okay, is this an actual story that's sci-fi and fantasy, because that's the contest is a speculative. It has to have a speculative fiction element. Is it full of typos on the first page and so forth? So that, they'll see, does it flow properly? Can the person even write? If it's really bad, it'll just get put aside, and then there's like a coordinating judge, which is Jody Lynn. She'll go through, and once it's narrowed down to like the top stories for the quarter, then those stories get sent off to the other judges, who will then vote on those other ones that are like the top ones for the quarter.
Now, for the ones that don't make it, I know you get a ton of submissions, so I'm not thinking that this is possible or anything, but the ones that don't make it, do you all critique it and like tell the person?
There are some critiques that get done from the judges. It's not all of them, because there's just too many, but they will receive an acknowledgement back from the contest, something saying, okay, we got your story, this one didn't place, but feel free to submit again, and here's some points
Some
that
things that you might want to work on.
That might help you to get a better placing next time.
Yeah, and if I think we got 5 different buckets that things can go into, so that they have an idea of what to correct next time. We encourage everybody to take the online writing workshop, because from that point, when Emily put that course together, when it was launched, the number of honorable mentions just skyrocketed because the quality of stories came up a lot.
Oh, wow.
It makes such a difference on the ability to write and tell a story. So, but then when you get into, you got people that don't get anything. You get honorable mentions, silver honorable mentions the next up. Then you've got a finalist and semifinalist and finalist, and then winner. So anything on silver honorable mention or above, and sometimes honorable mentions, but anything silver honorable mention and above is sellable in another market. It's that good. It's just not good enough it's either not directly written for our market, which is Writers of the Future, which is like what was said earlier. It will allow dark fantasy, but it can't be gratuitous horror, gratuitous violence, gratuitous sex. There's no sex on the page, no F words. We can have people getting killed because we have military fiction where sometimes they get in there. But again, it's not gratuitous violence.
Okay.
So that's what makes the difference. And the easiest way to describe it is get a copy of the book and read it.
That's what I'd say.
What are they looking for? Well, read the book and see.
Body anthology.
Yeah, and we'll recommend that people, if they're a writer, read it twice. Read it the first time just to enjoy it and get the thrill of reading it. Then read it a second time to find out how they do that. How they introduce the characters. How do they create that suspense? How do they do these different things?
I would buy the last 2 years, to be honest with you. I didn't mean to cut you off, John, but I'd buy the last 2 years because reading them myself, and I'm not a writer, there's distinctively a lot of different styles as you go through these 2 books. And it will give you a much better understanding of what may get you, what can help you to win. You can see how they actually won when you read the story. There's several that in there that I still remember even today after reading them. With all this crap that gets pumped in my head every day, there's still several stories in there that stay fresh in my brain. So it tells you whoever wrote these stories did a really good job doing it.
You know what? Have you ever thought about this? Like somebody that wins these awards, like do a behind the scenes of how they started to the end.
We've done something like that. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we've done like documentary type things where it follows like maybe the winners for that year. But yeah, we haven't.
The main thing I do is the podcast, which has been really helpful on this.
Okay.
I'll interview the winners, and that's what Joe was saying. I was doing interviews up until midnight every day almost, trying to get everybody in there. Like, what was their journey? When did they start writing or doing their art? And then what did the contest mean to them, and what's their future going to be? But I definitely do that. And the same thing with the judges.
Or like hands-on from their point of view, actually. At home, like getting that email, like, oh, I was denied this year. Like, how many times were these people denied? This, and like, what did they do to edit, make it better? Did they use the same story?
Yeah, the podcasts go through that. And we've got one winner who's been a guest on your show multiple times, Joe.
Preston
Dennett. He entered 47 times before winning.
Wow.
And his is a very emotional story.
And he spoke at the live event.
By the way, this is liquid.
What's his name? What's his name again?
Preston Dennett.
Yes.
Dennett.
He's been all over the network many times. Yeah. Now, when they say 47 times, they're not saying 47 years. You can submit 4 times a year.
But before this award ceremony and stuff, Joe, I want to talk to Preston.
Yeah, Preston comes on all the time. Invite him on the show. I want to
talk to Preston.
But awesome. Now, most of the people I was talking to 14, 15, 16, 17 times. I did meet a few first timers, not so much
very rare.
But that wasn't even so much amongst the writers. That was more amongst the illustrators, to be honest with you. There's a difference, people, when I'm out there, because it's weird for me because the illustrators are different than writers are. One's an invert, one's an expert. It's just different. And when you're talking to them, you have to lead with different ways because, they think differently. It's funny to me. And it's really weird because with the illustrators, the youngins 15 minutes. You're lucky if you can get 15 minutes out of the winners, maybe 25. You really got to really sit down and think about your questions because it's hard to pull anything out of them. You really got to be prepared, which it's easy for me, but in general, it's kind of hard. Even for me, it was kind of hard to get more than 30 minutes out of them. Now the writers, on the other hand, Jesus, I was lucky if I get an hour and a half to get them to shut up, which was great. But now, by saying that, when you get to the judges, it flip-flops. The judge illustrators were talkative and the other judge wasn't. Strange, wasn't it?
I have questions about illustrators. How do these illustrators know what to turn in? Do they get stories and then have the ability to illustrate that story?
So first, the illustrator will send in 3 pieces of art. So you go to the website, you sign up, you send in 3 pieces of art. Those get judged. And then once you win the contest, then we will pair you up with a writer. So an illustrator will get assigned a story.
This is emotional.
That's so fun. I would be an illustrator. I'm artistic. This is fun. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, and that's actually one of the coolest parts of the week when it's called the big reveal. And the writers have not seen the art that goes with their story. The illustrator was sent the story. They did an illustration for the story, and then we print it up big on easels and put it in a room. And then the illustrators are kind of on the back wall. And then the writers all come in and they look around and then they find the piece of art that goes with their story. And it's usually very clear because it's like, it's
very emotional though, people.
Very emotional.
Sure, I would be super emotional.
A lot of crying going on.
I would cry. If they're crying, I'm crying.
Don't get me wrong now. When I say very emotional, it's in a good way, not in a bad way, but it is very emotional. People just see it.
Is all of this live too? Everybody sees this?
That part is not live.
It's live in the fact that you're there together.
Can you all do it live? Because I would love to see that part. That would be fantastic.
Ask Mr. Damn Sexy.
Yeah, that's Joe. Damn Sexy Joe.
Only on OnlyFans.
Oh, that's still on here? I thought they took that off of you.
That's his OnlyFans.
I'm not even the one that put that.
Hey, Joe, you thought you took it off?
I didn't know that was still on it. I didn't
put my own on there. I had to put my own bug on there. I assumed you had to put your own bug on.
No, that's somebody else did that. But anyway, it was just harassing me. It's no people.
John and Emily, I'm going to have you on my show too eventually. What the Frick Live?
I don't know if
guys on.
I don't know if it'd be responsible to broadcast the emotional. They're very, very emotional. I would feel like I was.
Get permission or something.
I know, but I would feel like I was cheapening it. I really would. It's not my decision anyway.
I can't physically be there. I cry over awards. I cry over the Olympics. I can't imagine seeing a writer work so hard, an illustrator work so hard, put these pieces together, and they reveal it. This needs to be a reality TV show in many aspects.
Now, for me to show some of the art, do I click on present?
Yeah.
Is that what I do here, Joe?
Yeah. Present.
So slide. I have no slides. You're right. So I go present and then share screen.
You can share screen, or you can whichever way. There's lots of ways to share on there.
Yeah, I think it's share screen if you want to share your screen. If it's up on like one of your tabs on the internet, share screen.
Okay.
No,
and here you got a blank screen.
No, they're both Emily's. That's why you're getting.
Okay, Emily's giving me the finger here, so I'm going to stop.
Finger, no.
Emily's sweet. She would never do anything like
that. Whatever's underneath.
Even though I've learned some stuff about her recently.
The camera.
I was going to show you some of the art that gets submitted by some of our winners this year, so you can see what kind of art they submitted.
I'll tell you what, we can email them to Joe and then.
Yeah, y'all can do that. Wait, let me see. Before you do
that, and Joe can download it.
Let me see if I can get my email open up over here today. I had to go to the other computer.
This should be a reality TV show in some aspects. Like there's no writer reality TV shows.
I think people would feel funny about. I mean, not the viewers,
I don't know.
But the people involved.
I would love it. I would love it where we see the beginning of these things and it all comes together. Then you see the other side of the illustrator all comes together, and then you two reveal it, and that would be awesome. And it just all comes together.
I gotta say, it's powerfully emotional. I mean, these people.
It is emotional. You have a piece of writing you've worked really hard in, and you put this through, and then somebody's artistic, and they put all their art and effort into that. This is two like hearts come together.
One of the guys told me, He said he was crying. I said, it's okay for guys to cry. It's not 1900. It's 2019. It's okay, man. It's not a big deal. Because he was trying to look away. It's like, you're all right. Everybody, it's emotional. And there's people, everybody's taking pictures. Everybody.
We have so many shows and contests over singing. But writing and art is something, they have had some art shows, but they've never had any, not that I can recall, you all might know, but any reality TV show or contest that deals with writing.
No.
Oh, no, James. They got the picture diva there. And not the diva. That's not what I call her. Damn, what I call her? Damn, I got to remember. I got a good name if I'm leaving that.
I would be pitching some of this stuff, you all.
There's a blog that goes up daily of all the activities and what's happening daily. So that's something anybody can follow, is the daily blog at writersofthefuture.com. And it shows tons of photos of what's happening during the day. There's a daily blog that happens during the workshop.
Oh, during the workshop. Yeah.
During the workshop week when the art reveal and all of that stuff is happening. So
you know what? I'm sorry to interrupt, but I get so excited about this stuff. Like, there could be a story behind the writers, behind the illustrators, and then on this reality TV show, I'm writing it all in my head. When you're at the awards, and it all comes together, and then it promotes Writer of the Future Awards. Like,
they would be after a paycheck.
I would definitely be all about this because it's emotional on both ends, both sides of the story, both sides of the spectrum. I would love it. The idea needs to be pitched somewhere, somehow, some way.
Yes, it's funny because at the live event they do call it the American
Oscars.
Either the Oscars for writers or American Idol for writers and illustrators.
It is American Idol.
Well, it's a great thing, guys. It's a great. What's that?
We need to see it more, and this needs to be on a reality show. Like, it needs to be like, what's that, Masked Singer and all those other shows that they have, the voice and all this. The writer, that's another voice. It's another voice, and then you have somebody artistically drawing that voice out and matching it together. Oh, it would be beautiful. I love it.
Yeah,
okay, good.
I'd watch it. I'll watch
it.
Good.
No, I used to sell you tickets. Get the hell out of here. It doesn't work that way. Sorry.
Go to
Marco's like, man, the gala, can you have me selling tickets outside?
They're asking you about your OnlyFans.
Yes, they're weird. They're weirdos. That's my messenger, man. And that messenger ain't never going away. I do miss Pal Talk though, because Pal Talk I could actually transfer them over, or I could put them in audio through my audio, which was kind of cool. Messengers, yeah. I'm just glad they follow me. I'm glad. They started on Yahoo, then they went to Fire Talk, then they went to Pal Talk. Now they're Messenger. I'm happy. As long as they're there, I'm good to go. It's I've only been doing radio for 24 years. I should have bigger fans than that group. Best thing to do is just write it and submit it.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I say this, and John knows I've said this 100 million times, and so has he for that matter. If you don't submit, you can't win. That's what it comes down to. You can talk about it. You can tell your mom. And while we're on this, and this is advice from the judges. Okay, I'm just going to tell you flat like they told me. Don't let your mom or your daddy read it. Send it to somebody who's going to actually be honest with you. Well, parents feel bad and they don't want to tell you something like, son, that sucked. I mean, they don't, or you need to do this, that, and that. You're not going to take it well. Don't send it to Joe. Don't send it to Joe.
Yeah, Joe will tell you. There you go, Joe. You got.
I'll be honest about it. That's for sure. But if you're not sending an audio, it'll never get read. See, that's all my friends and everybody who works with me knows to send me stuff in audio, and it'll get taken care of because I listen. I can listen in the car. I can do this.
That's what I hate to say this to. I have a lot of friends that are authors and writers, and they're guests on my show too. And I always say, I love books. I've done Kindle. I cannot handle Kindle. I like to hold the book because if I'm going to read it like that, I like to highlight it. I like to mark things. And some people are like, no, that's a no. But I love that. But life has gotten so busy. And where I work from home, I listen to a lot of podcasts. But if you have your book on audio, even if I buy the hard copy and I can go in and listen to it on audio and then maybe write down like, oh, here's where he said this, or chapter 8 or something. Then I can go back and mark it in my book too. But audio is a big, huge thing. Audiobooks, massive. I would read a lot more or listen to a lot more if those things were audio.
Yeah, a piece of that we're recording volume 39 is an audiobook this year.
They're real good about it. A lot of their stuff is on audio. You can get it. A lot of Elron stuff's on audio. You can go get it. Matter of fact, if you just want to go and get the whole collection, you can. It's available. You can get it on a pad. You can get it on a stick. You can get it on a phone if you want. It's just it's everything, and it's great, and it's audio. John just knows I prefer audio, so that's what he sends me most of the time. Yeah. And every now and then he sends me a hard. I'll read for some reason. Don't ask me why. I do read hardback books. I don't like reading paperback, but I will read a hardback book. I don't know why. It's just a thing. I don't know. I wish I had an explanation.
I like the smell of a book. Does that make sense? Anybody? Yeah. Do you know the smell of a book?
Yes.
And flip through the pages and smell it. I love that. I love it.
If you came in my house right now, you would see there's probably 700 books in our collection right now, which is way low from what we had before Katrina. My wife's read everything in here probably twice.
Well, I'm just going to reiterate this a little bit too. My mom, as a language arts teacher, she made me read growing up. So for me to read something and have something in my hands, it's super important to me. Like that gets me. But honestly, audiobooks, if it's audio and it's a book, I will listen to it way more than what I would physically read it. And I don't want to be mean when I say that, because I respect people and the hard work that they put through these books, fiction or nonfiction. Yeah. But how I grew up was, I don't know, probably not everybody grew up that way, but you know, the books I physically get is super important to me. And it's mostly true life stories. It's not the sci-fi stories that you all have, but the sci-fi stories, I will listen audibly. And then it's like, oh, this is really awesome. I got to get this hard copy. And then I'll buy the hard copy of it afterwards. Yeah. So, you know, audiobooks is the way to go. And some of my friends too, or people that I've had on my show, I'm like, is that going to be on audio soon? Don't be mad at me if I said I didn't read your most current book. But like, put it on audio. Love it.
Yeah. Well, I think authors still, you know, audio is still a book for them, and it's still a sale for them. So it absolutely works.
I work from home too, everybody. So I like to have noise going in the background. I'm not always talking or in meetings. So to have an audiobook or a podcast going is a normal for me in the background. So to have an audiobook out.
There you go, right there. That's all you need.
There we go. A vivid movie of the mind.
That's all you need right there.
47.5 hours. This is Battlefield Earth audiobook. So after this, Emily, why don't you email me your address and I'll send this to you.
Are you serious?
Yeah, it gets played on the network twice a year, so check it out. It's great.
I'm going to tear up over that. I will love that. I will listen to it. I will push it out.
It won an audio award as Best Audiobook of the Year a few years ago when it was released in 2016 and 2017. It won an audio award. It's won Audiobook of the Year. It's an amazing tour de force. 67 actors, over 150,000 sound effects.
Love it. I'm going to cheer up over that. I will love that. I will listen to that working from home. Like, all right, thank you.
Send it to you.
Yeah, I just need your mailing address and we'll send it to you.
Okay, I'll send it to you.
Yeah.
Yes, that's the one we played.
It's called Damn. I'm going to send you my address as Damn Sexy Joe.
Where are y'all seeing that at? I don't even see it.
It has your name right below your name on the tag, right?
When you put it
on.
Oh, okay, I see it up there.
Thank you. That means a lot.
Whichever host thought that was cute.
Thank
Remember,
you.
I can fire your asses.
I will definitely listen to that. Definitely.
Then we said I have to fire y'all
for another Emily.
Oh, Emily's are awesome.
No, y'all can just go to the site. It's the best way to do it. Yeah, you want one of those? Just go to the site. Yeah, we do play it. We play it twice a year. We play it the week of the 4th of July, and we play it for New Year's. This year, it actually played the week before Christmas and the week after Christmas, along with 2 other things. And, of course, we always play Orson Welles' War of the Worlds as well. So.
Yeah. By the way, Dune, because I think that came out like 1985, 84, something, right?
Yeah,
I was a baby.
Before all the bullshit Dunes came in.
I think I saw Dune when I was like 10 or 11, 12 years old. You know,
which version? It's had multiple versions.
Oh gosh, Blue Eyes. Hold
That
on.
was the first one. That was the first one. Yeah.
Okay. I think that's why I still have a crush on guys. If they have blue eyes, if I'm on my dating apps, they have blue eyes. Go to the right now. I blame all things on Dune.
I was thinking
Dune was my childhood crush, and he was
there's some good looking people in there.
He was in the series Sex and the City. What was his name? McLaughlin or something? What was his last name? What was his name? I'm going to look this.
Don't ask me.
Yeah, I'll pull it up.
All I remember is Patrick Stewart.
Dune 1980s.
Patrick Stewart was definitely in Dune, you moron.
Cast.
Be mean to y'all.
Hold on. Cast.
He says one of my most favorite lines in the whole damn movie.
Was it Kyle MacLachlan?
Yes, Kyle MacLachlan. He had the blue eyes. Oh my goodness.
Oh my god.
But this is what I mean.
I can't, there you go. Now we can see.
He's distinguished now, but he was in Sex and the City too. And oh my gosh, yeah, he was my first. Oh, he was my first crush. Hold on, let me look up Kyle MacLachlan Dune, and y'all are going to agree with me right now. MacLachlan Dune images. Well, here we go. Here we go. This is him. He was my first crush, and I swear, I think that's why I like guys with blue eyes. Oh, love him. He was my first crush. He really truly.
There you go.
That's it. It's the blue eyes. He was my first crush. I swear to you all. I loved him, and I don't even think I ever paid attention to the movie because I was looking at his eyes. And I was a young kid. I was 10, 12, middle school, probably my son's age, looking at this. But the new Dune came out, and I bought that. It was on HBO. It happened during COVID, I think. I got it on HBO, and I love the new Dune, but it will never replace.
Joe, you were there at Right to Feature.
Yes,
right?
I scared that poor guy. He'd be lucky he comes back to see John again.
Oh.
I told him, I said, look, dude, now I know who you are. You better not screw this Dune up. I'm like, come on, man.
Well,
actually, it was pretty good. I enjoyed it.
More blue eyes, yeah. That was fun.
I swear, I love. He just you all.
He was actually a nice guy.
Guys with blue eyes. Guys with blue eyes is. I would have loved to seen Kyle actually in the new Dune. That would have been interesting to see that. He obviously wasn't there, but I love Dune.
Yeah, it's a good series. We'll see. I don't know why we had to do this in two parts. I mean, it needed to be done in two parts. I just don't know why it's going to take so long. It's no, guys. Part 2's coming out soon. I think it's this year, early next year. I can't. I heard about it the other day. I just forgot. No, he did a good job in the first half. I'm not hating on him. I was picking on him.
What are you talking about? First half.
The new Dune.
The new Dune. Okay, I like the guy. What's his name? What is his name? Can't
Timothy Chalamet.
Okay. He did a great job, but he's no Kyle. I'll just say it.
He's no Kyle. Look, the problem with Dune is the original Dune is always going to be the best.
I need to make a T-shirt. He's no Kyle or something.
Yes, the original will always be there. That's one of the ones. It doesn't matter how many times you remake it. It's just not the same. It's even the Z-Gens prefer the old one over any of the others, which amazes me.
I don't know. I don't know. I liked the Dune though.
It's good. No, it's good. It's good. I enjoy it.
I liked it.
I wouldn't tell people not to watch it. I'm encouraged. I'm waiting for part 2 to come out.
They shouldn't watch the Dune from the 80s.
But Emily's going to be in this one. She plays the
Dune
girl.
2?
Yeah, she plays the girl. The girl,
Me?
the girl with the blue eyes. No, the Emily down here. She's the girlfriend. In the movie, everybody's got the blue eyes. I don't know what they do to make them have it, but everybody's got them. No, serious, Dean. She's the girlfriend in Dune too. Yeah.
No, I'm not.
You know what? I think I should get blue content. I think I could.
Look at she's blushing. I'm telling you, she's man. Look,
his mother.
His mother. Oh, come on now. She's fishing for compliments now. We can't go there now. She's like 14.
You know what, Emily? If you dress up as the mother, I will dress up as Kyle for Halloween next year.
Oh my God!
I'll be the baby, Emily, and you'll be the mother.
Emily was just started last week.
That was the best.
She was just carded last week when we went to a restaurant. I was like,
oh shit! I wish somebody card me. I'm like, yeah, I give him money. I see you with the money. Oh man!
I was like,
look, I go to casinos. They don't card you.
Awesome! I love it.
Yeah.
You guys are amazing. I love you both.
Well,
Like you guys are awesome. We have talked. We've talked. We have not met personally, but we've talked. This is the third or fourth time.
Yeah, they're fun. They're just as fun in person as they are.
You guys are so much fun and talented and awesome. You work hard.
Helene, you can't meet them unless you win. Go. You know, go take the course, write a book, do some art. No, we already talked about that.
That's not going to get in there. Do you have cameos?
No.
Maybe.
Well, I do I released the book at the event.
Yeah.
We'll start a cameo account. Cameo account where you give these messages to people. Hey, thank you for tuning in. We love you. All these special things people make for.
Oh my God.
Joe has one. It's called Damn Sexy Joe.
Yeah, well, that's one of our hosts being irritating is what that is, or it might be just the station manager being irritating.
Oh, I would have changed it.
We have an opportunity to meet people. One thing we love doing is attending the convention. So, Joe, we were with you last year at Dragon Con, which is in Atlanta,
and Salt Lake,
in Salt Lake City Fan X.
And y'all, everybody who won.
Dragon Con? What's Dragon Con?
Dragon Con is great. You ain't been to Dragon Con? You got Dragon Con. I'll be there next year. But
Atlanta's only 4 hours from me.
Yeah, it's only 4 hours from me.
Maybe we'll work out next year when we go there to arrange having lunch or dinner and meeting you there. It's it's a huge fan centric event where we do really well there. We're great friends with the owner of the convention, and here's
so Joe. We went when we were in Salt Lake City last week. We went to the headquarters of Salt Lake Fan X to meet with the owner of Salt Lake Fan X. So of course they had all these nifty gadgets and toys and things all over the place. And you know me, I was like grabbing and touching everything. Look at that.
Lord, look at her. Thanos' glove, huh? Oh, Lord.
I had Thanos' glove on. That thing weighed like 20 pounds.
I love it.
She's ready. She's ready to take on the world. Well, no, Fan X is great too. People, Salt Lake City was a lot of fun. There's a lot. Well, let me tell you what. If I wouldn't have gone up to see John and Emily at Salt Lake, y'all wouldn't have got any lightsabers this year. Because that's where I met the guy who did the lightsabers at.
So here's me hanging out with some of the characters, Joe.
Dun, 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 dun. We should have put you in a Spider Girl suit.
You know that I know about I'm going to just tell you, I know what you're all talking about because of Salt Lake City Real Housewives. they talked about this on their show.
No, I didn't even know there was a show called Salt Lake Housewives. That's so funny.
City Real Housewives. That's how I know what you're all talking about. They went there and they dressed up too. Yes, they dressed. Not this past season, before last, but I know what you're talking about when you're saying this. Oh, how much fun!
Too funny. Yeah, it's a big pop culture event.
Dragon Con in Atlanta. Atlanta's 4 hours from me. So is that like a Comic Con and all that kind of stuff? What's
what it is?
The second biggest one in the country.
But we do panels there for Writers of the Future. We have an Illustrators of the Future booth at the art show there. A lot of our winners and judges attend the event. So, you should, if you come down, we'll
look it up.
People, get in shape before you go up there. 5 hotels spread over these damn hills all over. Don't forget, Atlanta's got hills in it. So I'm just warning you ahead of time.
Oh, it's not that bad. I'm in Appalachia. It's not that bad.
It's good for me because I like to walk, but it can be. Well, you can take Uber anywhere. I stayed at the Hilton, but you can Uber anywhere. I like the Hilton, people. I'm sorry. I like having my own private room and stuff. Yes, I liked it. I'm spoiled. I don't know what to tell you.
I like to.
No, I'm spoiled. I won't even deny it.
When I travel places, I like to get Airbnbs that's possibly haunted. So that's
every.
Like to stay.
And
that's every Airbnb in the South.
I love Airbnb. One of the most haunted places I ever. It wasn't an It turned into an investigation. But I do paranormal stuff, and I was on a paranormal TV show for a few years. But it was in Louisville, Kentucky, at I cannot remember. Oh my gosh, it'll come to the Palace Theater, and they had it was attached to the theater, but they turned these like office spaces into Airbnb units. It was like poltergeist activity. I saw a shadow figure. I am not someone that's scared to stay in a room by myself, and I had another person with me, and I saw the shadow figure in my room and everything. I couldn't sleep in my room. I stayed in his room too. Like he was up on the bed and I was down on the floor. I'm like, I am not sleeping in my room. I've seen it. I saw it. The EVPs. It even said my name. Hello, Emily. In there,
and I was about this Emily. You don't know. It could have been this Emily was talking about, knowing you were going to meet her in the future. It could have been a warning.
And it took the haunted Airbnb experience to a whole other level. And I actually was afraid to stay in that. And like we caught stuff on camera where like you could hear footsteps going down the hallway, which we didn't physically hear, but going back and listening through audio, we heard. It took change off we saw this. It took change off the side of on our bed table or the side table there. It flung the change off the table into the floor. I don't think it was that bad, but I kept getting EVPs in there that says, I still love her. And
I'm glad for you. You ain't getting no love from me. No, it would have been about the end of that conversation.
That's the Palace Theater in Louisville, Kentucky. But I've always stayed at other supposedly haunted Airbnbs or historical places that could possibly be haunted. But like if I'm going down Atlanta, there has to be some interesting Airbnbs down there. So that's where I'll be staying. And
okay,
way over.
So you like it, except when you get scared, then you don't like it.
We gotta have some. No, I like it. I like it, but I just want somebody to be there to witness it with me, and then I have a safe place to go to.
Actually, Gene,
I've done this for many, many years. That was the only time. And the guy that I saw, it was this shadow figure. He had like a top hat on, and he didn't threaten me, but he just is there and like would watch, and that's what freaks me out. Like I don't want somebody just to watch me. Now, if it just went from one thing to the next, it would have been totally different. But he's a watcher, not like reptilian or Nephilim or anything. This is a ghost, and he watched a lot. And
I'm staying.
And then when I started looking up the history.
I just tell you,
when I
that's where I'm
looked
staying.
In the history, when I looked into the history of the Palace Theater there in Louisville, there was a man that just got engaged or something, and he got electrocuted in the basement of the Palace Theater, and they didn't get married. So I'm almost thinking it's him, and because I got EVPs that I still love her, I still want to be with her, and like Class A EVPs coming out. It's a man's voice. I think it was him, and I don't think he meant to scare me, but he likes dominant.
Yeah. Speaking of that, guys,
I didn't want to be by myself.
Yeah. Well, it's gonna be scary, guys. If you're going to Dragon Con this year, I'd go ahead and book your tickets for the hotel sometime in the next month or two.
Dragon Con. When is that? When is Dragon Con?
September.
Do we know?
It's first week of September this year. So, well, I know Sheraton's. There's 5 hotels down there: the America, the Sheraton. I can't remember the other 3 for some reason right now. But you go to their site; it'll tell you which ones they are. Just book it there. It's way easier if you're staying at one of the hotels. Well, I don't know if the Marriott is or not, but my sister works at Marriott, so I'll just stay there. My sister wants me to come stay with her, but that's not happening. I love my sister, but
I'll stay with your sister.
She'd love it. My sister.
A haunted house?
Well, I don't know if she does now. She lives outside Atlanta. My sister loves entertaining.
So Dragon Con this year is August 31st to September 4th.
There we go.
Okay, August 31st.
That's Dragon Con, ladies and gents, if y'all want to show up. Well, everybody you see here will be up there this year if you want to come see us.
And then Salt Lake FanX is September 21 to 23.
Yes. And if y'all live out on the West Coast, of course, there's the big one in San Francisco. Y'all can always go check it out. Or is it in San Diego?
I have a lot of friends on the way.
Yeah, San Diego. Okay.
In July.
Yes, I just must say Nancy Pelosi in my brain or something said San Francisco. But no, you can go all of them, guys. They're great. You can go to all of them if you want to. They're all great. I have blasted both of them. But the one I met the guy with the lightsabers in San Diego, Jesus. Salt Lake City, yeah. And he's going to be giving me, he'll be back for Christmas. He'll be here for 4th of July. They're going to be giving these away for the network for long. They did really well. I think I think the last count was 30, and I think he sold something well over 1,900 of them.
Wow.
Oh, you gave away a lot, Joe.
Yeah, and some of the ones we gave away were $800-$900, and but he sold a lot of them. He said he easily made his money tenfold, so he's real happy. Nice. And that's not even what it was about. It was just about getting them out there. Well, no, we don't even advertise his name. Y'all, when he sends you the whole box and package about everything, he's not, because you don't want to pay for advertisement just the way we do it like that. So there's no advertisement in it other than you win and you word of mouth. Well, a lot of people were coming. A lot of those. I want to win. I said, no, you can't win. I had friends coming, Joe, can I win? I said, no. But they don't know you're a friend.
I entered, and Joe doesn't know.
Yeah, so I was like, a lot of people, if I don't know them, they get in, or if they're not affiliated with the station, we don't care. We want everybody to win as much as they can, and everybody loved them. I mean, people were sending me pictures of them lightsabering their kids, their cats, their dogs, waking people up in the middle of the night. Just one lady, she won one of the ones Kyle Ren's won, with the things on the side. She said, yeah, my husband's sleeping. I jump in. She's got a video of the whole damn thing. I'm like, Jesus, woman. But they were having fun with him, so it was really good. They sent a bunch of that stuff over to him. He's got it on his website now, and everybody had a good time with it. And we gave a lot away books courtesy to Galaxy Press and not Borders, the other one. So we gave a lot of books away this year. Everybody was happy. Everybody got books. Everybody got something. We gave away a few toys. We gave away 2 nice watches this year. I gave away, it was a $500 relic, and it was a $1,600 Seiko I gave away. So people really, really happy with that. And then somebody goes, can you give away the one in your wrist? I'm like, no. I said, I said, look, I usually keep a watch a couple of years, and then I semi-retire it, and I get a new one. But no, I like this one. This is a pretty watch, people. It ain't going nowhere. It's hardly even been used, man. Come on. Actually,
so real quick, John and Emily. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Joe.
Well, no, it's funny because this is going to be something we're going to be advertising for pretty soon on our company. So, I mean, on the station, there's a company out there that will send you a watch a month. They're not really cheap. They're not really expensive, but they're not really cheap. But they'll send you a watch a month, and you can choose. They'll send you 12 a year. They're really nice. A lot of them are really because I like a different kind of watch. That I like a little heavier watch, but for a lot of people, they're really nice. And for people who like to have different watches and stuff on their arms, you can get them. They're really great. Well, a lot of people don't wear watches anymore. Mm-hmm. Let me tell you how many times I looked at my watch for time.
Oh, we got Fitbit.
Yeah. See, that works too.
Fitbit.
But some of us still wear, and they look good when you're dressed up. Actually, we're going to give away 2 pocket watches next week. I forgot about that. A customer of mine is sending me.
I'd like a pocket watch. That reminds me of family.
One of my customers is sending me 3 of them because I told one I wanted one from my vest I wear. So he's going to send me one. He's going to send me 3, whichever one I don't. The other 2 we're going to give away. So we'll see what they look like when they get here.
John, step away for a moment. But Emily, pocket watch.
There you go. See, I love a good pocket watch, man.
Yeah,
pocket watch is class. Yeah, see, there you go. I like a good one.
Love it. I like a pocket watch too.
I like a good pocket watch. It's always good to have. We're getting close to 10, guys. So anybody got questions, you better get them in. It's galaxypress.com.
I got one question. Too. Oh, go ahead, Joe. I'm sorry.
I was just telling them, if you want to buy something, it's galaxypress.com. You want to turn something in, it's writersofthefuture.com. They're really easy to get to. If you have any problems, you can always email me at iCarCox.net and I'll send them to you again. Or you can re-listen to the archive. So writersofthefuture.com, yes, and galaxypress.com.
And we also invite everybody to our cover reveal of Rise of the Future Volume 39. And on that, how can we get them the link to that right now? So if we, how can we get the link to it so that we can, because we have a special, I'll send you the link right now.
Is it a special link?
Well, it's to sign up. We'll have it also probably on Facebook, but it's going to, the event itself, if you sign up on Zoom, which is where you have the event, then it's going to be on the, you can get access to it and actually see it live on the thing. So Emily's forwarding you.
Okay.
That's it.
That's the one.
So we're going to forward it to you, Joe, so we can then share it.
Come here, thing.
At the link. While you're doing that, I'm just going to confirm this with you all since Atlanta is so close to me. Will you all be there the whole 5 days or 3 days this is going on, the Dragon Con.
They're there the whole time. Yeah, they're
okay.
It's fun for me to watch.
I'm gonna put this on my schedule. I want to see if I can come to that. The only reason I wouldn't be able to come to that is my ex-husband is super sick, which is my son's father, and then but that's it. If something happens with him, I won't be able to come, but I should be able to come if anything happens.
Yeah,
he's doing good.
We'll get the link posted, and then I'll
and if not the whole thing, like a day or two or something. I would love to meet you all. I would be so excited. I would be so forget John. I'd be like, Emily.
Oh Lord, she don't need nobody else to get in trouble with.
I'll be your assistant, Emily. Like whatever you need me to do, I'll be there for you.
You better be careful.
We'll just walk in every room and say Emily's here.
Yes,
Sarah might get a little jealous now.
I'll be your assistant in Atlanta. Like, you did not ask me or hire me to do that or anything like that. I'll just be there. I'm volunteering hours.
You got to meet the rest of the gang. They're a blast.
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah. I'm sure. I love creative
Sarah's
people.
like the whirlwind herself.
People who think outside the boxes. I'm a weirdo. So I'm a Pisces.
This girl's like
weirdo.
5 foot nothing, and she's definitely like a terror.
Who?
Sarah.
Oh.
So you got the link now, Joe.
Do I? Where's it at? Where'd y'all
email.
send it?
iCard.
Email. Okay, let me grab my email. Okay. Let me see. Click. All right, email. You must be running slow. Y'all ain't moved since I got in here. I had Vizzo in there and stuff. Okay, there it says. Forward link. Oh, wait, maybe we can do this a different way. Let's see if I can do this differently without showing the whole world all my email.
Can you just post it in the chat and post it on Facebook?
Oh yeah,
I can post it in chat. It'll go in chat right now, which will go out to all those. But I want to.
Yeah, because everybody's invited. It's gonna be a lot of fun, and it's anybody that attends will get a free Dan Shambles, a Kevin Anderson audiobook. You'll get that free just for attending.
Let's see. That ain't it. That ain't what we want.
John, so to get my audiobook,
so
can I email you? What's your email address? Okay, what's your email, if you don't mind?
So you and the rest of the world here. So it's J Goodwin.
Well, or I can do. Can I do it off the website?
No, but Joe can get it right after.
Okay. I don't want the world to know because you guys get enough.
A lot of the world already knows, but
yes, because enough people know what damn emails as they are. Let's see.
I will message Joe to remind him to give me your email, and I'll send you an email because I would love. Thank you for doing that. It brought thank you. I would love that. Definitely.
Sure. Are you on? Can I messenger you?
Yeah, I think so. I think I don't know if we're friends or not on there. Listen, everybody. By the way,
here we go.
Yes.
Okay, good. So I'm messaging.
I'm very political on my personal page, but that's not how I am on these shows. So don't just ignore that stuff, everybody. I probably need to calm down a little bit in some ways, but
let's see.
I'm a Pisces. I can't hold in. I'm a libertarian. I'm a libertarian. I'll tell you that.
Okay, good.
Okay.
Well, I'm registered independent.
Well,
they won't let me pull it up.
They won't let us register independent in Kentucky. We have to.
Yeah, a lot of places you can't. Yeah, a lot of places you can't do.
I'm registered Republican in Kentucky, but I'm truly libertarian. I do not want the government to be involved.
They won't let them into. They won't let them do it in Texas either. Mm-hmm. Jason was bitching about it the other day. He said, "I don't understand why I can't be a libertarian." I mean, I was like, "Hey, don't hate on me, man." Mm-mm. I said, "I ain't got nothing to do with that." I said, "Down here, they don't care what you are as long as you vote."
I mean, you don't have to label yourself actually, but I want my vote to count, and I think they take that into consideration with the numbers and stuff.
I'm voting for Emily. I've already made up my mind.
Emily's are the best. You might be voting for me one day. I'll tell you that.
Okay, let's see.
Well, I can't run for anything because I'm not a U.S. citizen.
You can run for anything. The only thing you can't run for is president. She's a Canuck. But the only thing you can't run for is president.
Yeah, president. You can't do that.
But you can run for everything else.
Ted Cruz is trying, and he's in
Canada. We can always lie and say one of your parents were American.
Kenya. If you're in Kenya, that would be good.
What the hell? Canadians might as well be Americans anyway.
Did you figure it out? Oh, there we go. Yeah. So there's the invite there on that Joe just posted on News on the Flip Side and Joe Montaldo UFO.
Yeah, it came up on all those. Yes,
good. All those.
So let me pull it up. I wanted to let it. Usually to let me. I guess it just don't want to do it on open my email.
Oh, here I can just.
Usually I can just pull it up on the browser.
We copy and paste that sucker and register to register.
Guys, anybody who is not can't get it or we're having a problem, always write to me. I can always send it to y'all. For some reason, maybe I'll put it on. Let's put it on Google. Maybe it'll work better. And hit enter right quick.
I don't think I can copy and paste it. Hold on.
Well, usually it lets me pull Google up, no problem. So I'm kind of wondering why it's not even letting me pull up what's on the screen.
Copy and paste it and share the screen.
Okay, there we go. Share screen, Zoom meeting, share. Did it come up? Yeah, there it is. Oh, well, you still can't see the damn. But you can't see the damn.
Oh, that's okay. That's okay. But this gives a description. It gives what you need to register to put in. This is good. This is fine.
But I wanted them to see the link. Maybe I can stick it in down one of these email things down here.
No, hold on. Wait, I can just. I don't know where your banner is here. That's going across.
It won't let me see the banner up here. Let me pull the whole thing down if I can do it like that. Oh, newfangled technologies! I swear. Let's see if let me do it like this.
The likeliness of somebody writing down that link is pretty low. It's gonna have to copy paste it from somewhere. It's pretty long.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I was hoping I could get it up here so they could just come stop it on the screen and blow it up and look at it. Because I do that on my phone all the time. I'll just open up the link and look at it like that.
Here we go.
But for some reason, it won't let me do it. Let me get out of here. Remove.
It's a very long. It's a very long link.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's a Zoom link.
Yeah. Zoom. So if for some reason you don't have it, guys, I'm gonna keep it so y'all can get it, and I'll put it on. I'll be working on the website tomorrow, so I'll post it up on the website tomorrow, so y'all can just go right to the website and get it, and it'll make it a lot easier on y'all.
And then hopefully you can make it as well, Emily and Joe, to the event as well.
I'm gonna try it. But I always like coming, so I always think it's a lot of fun as long as you got me working on air. No, okay, guys. So while I'm there, we're gonna be doing a lot of interviews. I can guarantee you, at least once I'll grab John and Emily and put them on Roku in a 35-minute, 45-minute interview. And I don't want to keep any more than that because they're both working their asses off while they're there. Some days are busier than others, but regardless, there's always something going on. And I usually catch up with John at breakfast. I'll see him at breakfast. I might see him at lunch, maybe not. See him around dinner. Just we'll run into each other, talk about what we're doing, keep pace, so we're not crisscrossing each other and go. It works really well. There's lots of good stuff. There's great pictures, great interviews. You get, and what's great is so this is how you're going to hear it. You're going to hear my interviews first, and then you're going to hear John's as they come across Writers of the Future on the show. So some of those actually will probably get out ahead of time, but most of his will come that way, and you'll hear mine because they'll be posted on YouTube and on the website, so you'll be able to go and listen to them over there. They'll be readily available, and we'll be doing, like I said, we'll probably do the 4 winners. Okay, the 4 regular winners and the 2 big winners. We'll probably do those live on Roku just to give them some TV time, and then everything else we'll see like that. Yeah, the gala will be on. It'll be on Roku too. Yeah, once the way it's set up is all Michelle's got to do is pick up our StreamYard account through them, and then it goes out to Roku automatically. So it's not even a thing. Yeah, it's real easy. So whatever this is seeing, that's what it'll be seeing. So there'll be lots of places you'll be able to watch it.
Is there going to be some behind the scenes stuff? Because that's what I want to see.
I'll send you some behind the scenes.
Yeah, there'll be some behind the scenes stuff. Just nothing you're going to see live. That's all.
Joe, send me out there. Asking Joe to send me out there. Behind the scenes.
They make me sit with my girlfriend. She don't let me do anything. She's tough, man. I don't mess with her. She's like, Joe, sit down.
Behind the scenes.
She's like, Joe, sit down. I'm like, yes, ma'am. Joni's tough. I'm just telling y'all ahead of time, people.
Well, what you all are putting together off your website and the images and all the stuff we shared earlier in the show tonight, it's magnificent. It's beautiful. I love it. I absolutely love it. And we need to hear more of that over here on the East Coast. You know,
Yeah.
it should, maybe something of the future should be West Coast versus East Coast.
Oh my
Well,
God.
it's global, so it's the whole
Yeah,
world.
they go. It is global. It's truly
I
global.
know, but maybe we should do something over here, like in New York or Atlanta or.
I've been pushing
Miami.
this.
Let's go to Miami.
I've been pushing this pretty hard. I'm hoping to see like half and half in the next 4 or 5 years.
I love freaking Miami. Miami's magnificent. I love Miami.
Miami's nice. I lived down there for a while.
Go to Miami. Can you?
I like the Keys better than Miami. To be honest, though, I found the Keys better than Miami, but I like
keep
before though, we got to go here in a minute. But before we didn't even talk about this. Okay, we have 7 shows up for podcast awards this year, people.
Yes.
Okay, John and I are gonna win. All right, I'm just telling you. If not, I'm coming to your damn house. That's all there is to this. I don't care. You ever see that thing on YouTube where they put the thing that crawls over your face? I will have a gray come to your damn house. Yes, you will scream like a little baby. If the gray don't work, I'll call my friend in hell and say, "Can you give me a demon? Can I borrow a demon for a couple of weeks? We're gonna put y'all all in." But no, I'm serious. So I know John's up. This show is gonna. The Central's not gonna be up this year. It's gonna be this show. It's gonna be UFO on the cover, Writers of the Future, The Outer Realm, Chasing Prophecy, and there's 2 other shows that are going up. Now, what 2 shows are, I don't know yet. We'll find out in the next day or 2. So, we plan on winning. No, we get runner-up every year. Bite that, okay? Look, don't make me get started on this. It's too late for me to get into this. I'm not a good loser. I'm just telling you, I'm not. I'm like a little baby, and my wife got to put up with me when I lose. And she's like, please. She's like, oh my God, send this some bitch. She wants me to go on vacation if we lose. That's what why don't you go on vacation for a little while? You got things you got to go do, don't you? Don't you have some thing you got to go speak at? It's rough the way she treats me. What can I say? But it's the podcast awards. So 5 million people are going to vote. All the shows that got nominated last year made it to. All but one show made it to round 2. This is our 3rd. Yeah, this is our 3rd year. I think it's John's 4th year. We want to get in here. We want to win. We want bragging rights. We won the last 3 years. I haven't heard this yet, but we won the last 3 years best broadcaster in the city, New Orleans. So we're kicking ass there. We're getting nominated. We got shows getting nominated on other stuff. We had 2 shows got honorable mention on iHeart this year. So that was nice to see.
Can I plug mine? Can I plug my awards?
Plug away. You're supposed to play. That's what you're here for. Plug away. Swing away, batter.
We were in the top 100. Then we got in the top 20. Then we got the top 5. And we ended up being number 2 on Good Pods out of 4 million podcasts.
Wow. I love Good Pods.
Wow, that's awesome.
We were number 2. Yeah. Number 1 is one of my friends. So I cannot bash him because
I bash his ass, friend or not, buddy.
It was well deserved too. We were number 2 on Good Pods, and then we've been raking in the last. See, that was 3 weeks ago. Last 2 weeks have been in the top 20 on Good Pods, which is 4 million podcasts.
Yeah, they give us free advertisement. I love Good Pods. They contacted us one day and said, "Would you like to be on our network?" I said, "What do I get? You get free advertising." I said, "Fine." And they picked up the whole. That's one of the nice things now. This network is so big now. We get anytime there's any kind of podcast come out, they call us or write to us. Hey, can we put you on? I'm like, yeah, I want featured. Give me featured. You can put us any way you want. And I can tell by the numbers. Yeah, they're good. They're new. Good Pods is new, but it's good. They're good and solid. Mm-hmm. Their software seems to be good and solid.
I beat some of because it's like the news commentary because I do some political stuff on it. I have another show called the B System, which is AKA the BS, the B System BS. So that's intertwined with that too. So we're top 100 in the news commentary, and we beat some pretty primetime news people on Fox News and CNN and things. So I cried when it first happened. So it was.
It's always good to win.
Yeah.
Awesome. So guys, get out and vote. Just go vote. It's podcastawards.com. Go vote. It's just go over there and vote.
What the Frick Live is on there, right?
Yeah, go vote. Go vote. I want to see. Well, no, we are. Okay, I'm being condescending now, but I expect us to make it to round 2.
Oh, I'm sure.
If I don't make it to round 2, I'm quitting. Oh
No,
man, I'll
you're
be
not
like,
gonna quit.
you don't
He's not
even
gonna quit.
want to
Don't
know the
listen to that.
language I'm going to use. Well, I'm cheating. I got 2
Oh, I
shows
know
in.
what
So
language is.
Emily does. Emily's heard me
the
curse
language,
before,
but
but
he's not gonna quit. Y'all, you're not gonna quit, Joe. Come
no,
on.
I'm not. But still, it's but I really do. I mean, I appreciate everybody who voted for us last year. It was good. I mean, we got in quick, which was nice. You know, you got emails out. It was really nice. I mean, we did.
Yeah, we got to do the whole registration thing, get that all done, and then we'll make our little. I'll get the copy from you and everybody else, so we can make our little videos. Emily records the VO for it. That we make the teasers to get people to remind them.
And it will be mandatory advertisement on every show on the network. So I know I got a lot of hosts to be bitching, but that's just how it works.
No,
and I told them, I said, if y'all win, you get to get in there. If you don't, I can't help it.
Send it whatever you need me to advertise on my show, send it to me.
Okay, great.
Jack, you can go ahead and submit them. You can submit them. Yeah, they'll let you submit. They send out to some and they submit to some. And I never did understand how that worked, but they're good people over there. I've talked to the one guy. I don't know who else is over there, but he seems to be a pretty good guy.
That one guy. It should be a t-shirt too. That one guy.
Well, I mean, if you, I don't know if you're going to win or not. How the hell do I know? All I know is submit, make it look good, and you can win. We have no pull over there, so it's not going to help me to say, yeah, you tell me you know me. It's not going to do you any good. They go legit vote. So this is how it works. There's going to be at least 5 million people voted because that's how many voted last year. So you're going to get at least that many votes. You're going to make it to round 2, which I think it's like 2 shows out of every category makes it to round 2. And there's a lot of shows in a category sometimes. Sometimes it's not as many. But regardless, you get there. Then it's 5,000 people plus the people who lost. It's a bad way of saying it, but I think it's 5,000 people, and then they choose from some of the shows that didn't make it, and they get to vote. So I'm not so worried about the other kinds. I'm not going to hold that, but these other shows might have a little grudge or something. So, well, I don't know. You know, it's tough. I'm just telling you, it's not easy. And there's a lot of good competition. There's some
great shows.
There's a lot of good shows over there. Some of them I kind of wonder how they get in, or how they win sometimes. But still, you know, that's just how I am. But there's a lot of good shows over there. So don't forget, Writers of the Future. What category are you going to be in this year?
I'm going to have storytelling and drama, and the other one is education.
Yeah, so
that's good categories.
And
all 3 of them.
Yeah, so I know the news and Flipside is going to actually be in 3 categories, but the main one being news. I don't know where I'm putting where UFO Undercover is going this year. It did well wherever it was the last 2 years, but because it's a known show, it just won't win. When people win. Or send me money. That works. If I can't win, send me money. I can go for that. I mean, you'll make a donation. I'll be a real happy camper.
OnlyFans.
But give me money. What? No. Be honest with you.
He sells his feet.
That's right. I know. Listen. So when I'm out in LA, you know, I know a lot of people want to come see me. I don't know how well that's going to work out. We'll see how it goes when I get out there. But you can probably get lunch or something. Come by and buy me lunch.
Joe won by his big toe.
No.
Okay, and with that, we look forward to seeing you on March 1st.
Yes, y'all come check it out
at the cover release.
Yeah, definitely come check it out. I'm just telling you, it's insanity around here tonight.
All right,
we gotta go. Emily, John, thanks for hanging out with us.
Twilight Zone, so we're gonna go here.
Yes, y'all be good, guys. I'll talk at y'all soon. Again, people, if you want to write, I mean, if you want to win, just submit because you got to submit to win.
I love you all.
On that note, we getting out of here. Y'all be good people.
Okay.
Don't beat your children or your mother or things like that.
Bye.
Bye.